When you're looking at DJI's current lineup of lightweight drones, it can feel like standing in front of a menu with too many good choices. But right now, there are a few clear arms of DJI's catalog that matter most if you want ease of use, portability, good image quality, and light regulatory burden. The DJI Neo 2 and the freshly launched DJI Lito Series, which includes the Lito 1 and the more advanced Lito X1. The Neo 2 has been around a bit longer and carved out a niche as a pocket-friendly palm drone, ideal for social content and spontaneous filming. The Lito series is newer, heavier on camera tech, and clearly positioned to bridge the gap between casual drones and more serious aerial photography drones. So which one should you buy? Let's find out by comparing them side by side. First things first, size and weight matter because they affect where and how you can fly your drone. The DJI Neo 2 weighs about 251 grams, making it very easy to carry everywhere and often exempt from drone registration rules in most countries. It doesn't fold, but its compact body is designed to fit in a backpack pocket or even a jacket. The Lito series drones, both the Lito 1 and Lito X1, weigh under 249 grams and have foldable arms, which makes them very portable and still under the 250 grams class that avoids registration in many places. They fold down much more compactly than the Neo 2 and fit comfortably in dedicated drone bags. So if pure pocketability is what you want, the Neo 2 still has the edge, but the Lito series isn't far behind and trades a bit of pocketability for much more capability. Next up is flight time, because no one likes a drone that runs out of battery mid-scene. The Neo 2 typically achieves around 19 minutes of flight time on a full battery, give or take, depending on conditions like wind or camera usage. That's decent for its size, but far from marathon level. In contrast, both Lito 1 and Lito X1 aim higher. With their standard intelligent flight battery, you get about 36 minutes of flight time per charge, almost double what the Neo 2 offers. If you add the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus, the Lito drones can stretch up to 52 minutes on a single flight, which is exceptional for a beginner-friendly drone and something you simply don't get on the Neo 2. For long shooting sessions, aerial time lapses, or just not having to swap batteries every few clips, the Lito series clearly wins this round. Now let's talk about what's arguably the most important part, the camera. The Neo 2 is equipped with a 12-megapixel 1x2-inch CMOS sensor and a roughly 16.5mm equivalent lens with an f-stop 2.2 aperture. It captures UHD 4K video at up to 100 FPS and stabilized footage thanks to a 2-axis gimbal, which is great for action shots and social media content on the go. The stills are up to 12 megapixels and you get roughly 49 gigabytes of built-in storage, so you don't have to add a memory card. Unfortunately, some versions don't include a microSD slot either, so you're limited to internal capacity unless you choose a version that does. For the Lito series, cameras step up significantly. Both the Lito 1 and the Lito X1 support 4K video recording, and they can shoot slow motion at 4K at 100 FPS, as well as stills at up to 8K resolution in photo mode. The key differences begin with the sensor sizes. The Lito 1 uses a 1x2-inch 48-megapixel sensor, which is larger than the Neo 2 sensor and offers more detail for photos and video. The Lito X1 goes further, with a 1x1.3-inch sensor with the same 48 megapixels. This bigger sensor means better low-light performance, more dynamic range, and cleaner footage in tricky lighting compared to standard vision sensing alone. But the Lito X1 doesn't stop there. It adds HDR video recording with up to 14 stops of dynamic range and 10-bit D-Log-M color profile, which is a feature normally found on much higher-end drones and gives you greater flexibility for color grading in post-production. It also includes 42 gigabytes of internal storage, so you can shoot without a memory card, a detail missing on the Lito 1 and more basic drones. This means if you care about cinematic quality or editing flexibility, the Lito X1 is very capable for its price tier. Safety and intelligent flight features are another category where these drones differ. The Neo 2 does include an omnidirectional obstacle sensing system that uses infrared and LiDAR enhancements, which helps it detect obstacles around the drone and avoid crashes relatively well for a small drone of its class. It also has intelligent flight modes like gesture-based control and active track, which makes it especially fun if you want to launch without a controller and let the drone follow you or your subject automatically. The Lito series introduces omnidirectional obstacle sensing too, and it comes with top, bottom, and side sensors to help prevent collisions in all directions, which is especially reassuring for newer pilots. On the Lito X1 specifically, there's a forward-facing LiDAR sensor in addition to the omnidirectional vision system, which means more precise and reliable obstacle avoidance, particularly in lower light conditions or complex terrain compared to standard vision sensing alone. Additionally, both Lito models include DJI's suite of intelligent shooting features like Active Track, Quick Shots, Master Shots, Hyperlapse, and Panorama, which help you create cinematic sequences without having to manually fly super precisely every time. Controls are another big practical consideration. The Neo 2 was designed to be flown from your phone or a separate controller, often DJI's RC-N3, and excels when you want minimal gear and maximum spontaneity. You can launch and fly just using gesture control or the DJI Fly app, which is extremely intuitive if you're out with friends or traveling light. The Lito series also uses DJI's RC-N3 controller by default, which pairs with your smartphone as the display. But unlike the Neo 2, you can't control the Lito drones exclusively from your phone without a controller attached. This means you need the physical controller for all flights, which adds a bit of gear to carry but delivers more precise flight and camera control, especially important if you're trying to capture smooth cinematic moves or track subjects reliably. For both families, the DJI Fly app provides intelligent automated shooting options and easy firmware updates, so you aren't stranded with outdated software. But if you want a true pocket drone experience that you can operate quickly in social scenarios, the Neo 2's phone-first control system still feels simpler and lighter. Price is part of the decision too. The Neo 2 usually sits in that budget to mid-range category, around $260 to $600 depending on bundles and controllers, which makes it really approachable if you're new to drones or you have a limited budget for gear. The Lito series starts higher. The Lito 1 is priced around $300 and the Lito X1 around $370 for the basic drone plus controller bundles, and Fly More combos with extra batteries and a more advanced controller cost more. So you're paying more for the Lito drones, but you also get significant upgrades in camera size, flight time, obstacle sensing, and creative modes, things that place them closer to full-featured camera drones rather than ultra-compact pocket drones. So by now you're probably asking, so which one should I actually buy? If you want a compact, lightweight drone that you can grab on the go, launch from your hand without a controller, make social videos quickly, and not worry about complicated gear, the DJI Neo 2 is perfect. It's affordable, simple, and has a surprisingly capable camera for its size, plus gesture control and active track for creative shots with minimal effort. But if you want better camera quality, longer flight time, smarter obstacle avoidance, and more cinematic control, then the Lito series is really where it starts to get interesting. Between the two Lito models, the Lito 1 is a strong all-around beginner drone with solid specs, while the Lito X1 pushes image quality and footage flexibility with HDR, a bigger sensor, 10-bit color, and LiDAR, all at a still reasonable price tag compared to more professional drones.